Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Aristotle. This is a presentation that explores the concept of self-discovery as discussed in the Creativity Manual, while at the same time providing techniques to aid you in your own personal journey. Now, my name is Tristan and I'm a trainer at Acuity NLP. And today we have with us Johan Nair, the author of the Creativity Manual. We're going to talk about one of the key principles in the book, and that's self-discovery. Hello, Johan.
Hi, Tristan.
How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
Good. So, today I'm going to be interviewing you with regards to some details that we're going to talk about the first chapter in the book, and that's self-discovery. During this presentation, we're going to give a detailed explanation of the concepts within the book and how you apply them to your life and how our listeners can also apply them to their lives. There'll also be a few teaching points as well. If you have any questions that haven't been answered, just email us at info@acuitynlp.com and we'll be more than happy to respond. The Creativity Manual. Let's talk about the book. What gave you the idea for the book?
Well, the book actually started out during my NLP practitioner, and I was asked to write a metaphor for someone who was struggling with something in their life, and so the actual opening section is about is a metaphor from my life that was designed to get that person over that hurdle in their life.
By metaphor, you mean?
Well, I believe that sometimes it's more difficult to communicate with the conscious mind, and therefore the best way to communicate with the unconscious mind is by using metaphors. And this is one of the reasons we really enjoy watching films and reading books, is because we take on learnings for our own life in less of a direct way, in more of a unconscious way.
So would you say the book was a metaphor for your creative journey?
Yes, definitely. There are essentially two sections to the book, the theory section and the real world section. The theory section is based in evolutionary psychology and neurolinguistic programming, NLP, and the real world sections are definitely metaphors from my life that I believe can help people on their own journey.
Great. Okay. So, well, let's get down to it and discuss the first couple of chapters. So, if I'm right in understanding, the book is divided into 5 parts?
Yeah, 5 sections.
5 sections. And the first of that being self-discovery.
So for me, when I went to India, I started to discover things about myself that I never knew were parts of my personality. It was as if I was unplugged from the matrix, or somehow set free from a path that was designed by other people for my life. I was following other people's ideas about how I should live, and going to India was like becoming in tune with myself for the first time.
Okay, so you're in India, and how does this lead to your self-discovery?
Well, the first sort of 10 days or so I was in Goa, and that turned into a bit of a 10-day party. But thankfully my partner in crime, Paul Massey, he's known as Massive in the book, he dragged us both off and away and onto a journey where we had some different kind of adventures.
Okay, so different kind of adventures. I like a good adventure. Why don't you tell me about that adventure? Okay,
so I've got a section here in the book that is entitled India 1998 Part 2. And I'll read you a section from that. The days in Goa all rolled into one. We had a whole subcontinent to see, and after stepping out of the Western Tunnel, I was trapped by the hedonistic happenings of the party state. Thankfully, my comrade, Paul, also known as Massive, was done with the whole thing and managed to drag me away from this addictive place, despite my objections. We set off on the road southeast for new explorations, but the damage was done. I had tasted a new way of living, a new reality where you can really shape your destiny, where being the victim is hard a game to play. I had seen the poverty of Bombay and smelt the foul smells of the shanty towns. Although this resonated with me on a deep level, the need for change for these people, I had a different mission in mind. I was 19 years old, with a stash of traveller's checks that I'd saved for my trip, the shackles of conditioning slipping off my existence in tiny mercurial droplets around my feet. I was feeling totally free and formed a particular love of the moment. I was ready to embark on a journey of experience.
Wow, okay. And this journey of experience allowed you to write this book?
Essentially, yes, it formed a big, kind of like a big chunk of the book, for sure.